Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the latest Welcome to Yorkshire webinar, which today will be how about learning how to make your product bookable on Yorkshire.com. I'll be introducing Dan Simmons from Txtb shortly, who will be going through some slides to share all about that bookable product. But firstly, welcome. Thank you for spending the time with us for this lunchtime session today. Hopefully you've all had a chance to digest the government announcement from a couple of days ago, and it's actually quite an appropriate time to be talking about booking and getting product online, with the good news that self-catering accommodation will be the first to open, as then and other parts of the sector and accommodation sector as we go forward and head more in towards the summer. So we've been working with the team at Txgb to help provide that distribution and opportunity for members to have bookable product through their Yorkshire.com pages, and our relationship with Txtb and the product itself is now built into the new membership program, which you will be, as your renewal period for membership comes up, then your account manager will be in touch to discuss the new program with you. And with our new membership levels of member £180 a year, it comes with a 7.5% commission rate opportunity through Txtb. Dan will go through all of these, the commission opportunities, when he runs through the presentation, and then Member Plus at £300 a year, which comes with a 2.5% commission rate. We're excited to be able to offer this to members and to be able to build this product into the membership program that we can offer to help provide that distribution for businesses. And then secondly, we'll have some friends and colleagues here from Cycle England, businesses that will get involved in that project, so it can become bookable on both Yorkshire.com and through the Cycle England website, which is a project, Discover England funded project, which we run here through Welcome to Yorkshire, which works in particularly to promote leisure cycling holidays in Yorkshire, Cumbria, Lincolnshire, Northumberland, as well as to the Dutch and the German markets as well. So when that international travel comes back, we'll be able to promote those routes to that international market as well. What I will do now is I will hand over to Dan, who will ably run through the joys of being bookable through Yorkshire.com. So Dan, I will hand over to you now and leave everyone in your hands.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks for inviting me to look at today's webinar. Hi, everybody. I'll just work out how to share my screen first, and then, oh no, on screen. Good start. Technical difficulty here. So I'll just, whilst I'm doing this, I'll just, my plan for this session will be to just run through a few slides on, the background of what Txgb is, why Txgb has been brought to market in partnership with Visit Britain, and then we can move to some questions. Hopefully, there have been some pre-submitted questions, but hopefully I will cover a large number of those through the session. Probably about 20 minutes of slides and a demo on Welcome to Yorkshire, and then we'll jump into a Q&A that Chris will compare for me. So okay, so welcome. Txgb as an opportunity to reimagine distribution and unlock the power of regional marketing. We say that because we're looking for Txgb to open and unlock some of the barriers that exist in the distribution marketplace at the moment, and very specifically, we've been focusing on supporting destination organisations around the country to enable or enhance the bookables opportunities through their websites. So Txgb is a central marketplace model. So it's a open and connected platform that sits in the centre of the marketplace, with a view to being able to create trading between parties without any barriers. You'll see there from that basic diagram that we are working to connect booking system technology providers to our platform, and then enabling the access access to distribution partners from that kind of central hub. And why that's important, and why that's something that's been needed in the market. As we know, and as many of you on the call will all have different systems, different booking systems, ticketing systems that you use, and due to that fragmentation in the market, it's obviously quite difficult for the distribution side of the market to get access to those tools. So in fact, I'm just going to, Chris is distracting me in the background. So I'm going to remove Chris's face from my screen just for a second. Oh dear. Okay. Right, sorry about that. Okay, good. So yeah, so Txgb is here to serve all verticals in the market. So we're not just talking about accommodation here. We're also talking about attractions, tours, experiences, events, restaurants, products. Our aim is to help create that central space where anybody that has a tourism product to sell to a consumer has a way of doing that in an easy way that can give them access to a wider selection and an increasing selection of distribution opportunities. So now get into the detail how that works. Like we've said already, we'll work to understand how we can connect your booking systems to the platform. Sign up is free, so it doesn't cost you anything to join Txgb. I'll talk through the various different fees that are involved in the journey, but they're all related to bookings. So it's very much a no commitment service, pay as you go. You don't actually pay anything unless you get value out of the service. And so when you join, you have access to a Txtb dashboard that allows you to easily access a number of opportunities. And again, that's all in your control, and you can opt in and out of channels, one of which of course is Welcome to Yorkshire, but I'll talk through other opportunities that exist on the exchange. And so just a short kind of summary of why join Txgb. It's free to sign up, as I said before. We operate on 2.5% booking fee. So every transaction that goes through Txgb is a 2.5% fee, and then each distributor will define their own fees. And Chris mentioned before the Welcome to Yorkshire profile of fees relative to the membership models. It's all about real-time sharing of data from your booking platform. So we connect our systems in a way that can pull live availability and prices from your booking platform, and then send bookings directly back into that system. So this isn't an allocation system. It's not it's not ICAL driven. It's very much about real-time availability sharing to a digital front end and to many digital front ends, so you can share your central availability to multiple distribution partners at one time. We hope this will give you an opportunity to optimize your commission costs, because by creating a more open marketplace, you have more. There'll be more options for each of your booking system, and the booking system partners who are working with recognise that this is an opportunity to give them a wider reach from a distribution perspective, acknowledging that every technology we work with is different because they already offer different channel management solutions. But in all cases, Txgb will offer an additional layer of distribution relative to your needs. Okay, if we just move into some specifics there in terms of the distribution options that are available, we're already working with a huge number of distribution partners across Yorkshire, which is fantastic. And so from your perspective, anywhere, wherever you are in the county, you will be able to use Txgb to access a number of different partners. Welcome to Yorkshire, of course, is the one we're here to talk about today, but recognising that other local destinations across the county, as I've detailed there, are also available through the platform. There are a number of Discover England Fund projects that are taking advantage of the Txgb kind of open marketplace model. Cycle England, Explorers Road, which we know runs through the county and England's coast for the coastal areas, and you'll see there the other logos of destination partners we're working with. Everybody's different in terms of how this works. So certain partners will have a membership model where we'll only list your product if you're a member of that destination, and others are open to all local businesses. So Now, what Txtb does though is it enables the live availability sharing of your products to those platforms, and then of course it's for you to have a conversation with those distribution partners in relative to what people you'd like to work with. You know, we're working with over 50 destinations across the country, so recognising this is being seen as a really powerful tool to help enable bookability across the UK, which is fantastic. Chris has covered this already, but specifically on Welcome to Yorkshire, there are 2.5% and a 7.5% channel. You can select each of those via our dashboard, so it's really clear. You can search on a selectable list for the Welcome to Yorkshire channels, and then pick Member or Member Plus based on your you know, the membership model that you're a part of. And so that'll now enable Welcome to Yorkshire to list your availability in a calendar on your listing, but also include you in the availability searches on the website for anybody that's going to yorkshire.com to search for available products on a particular day. And of course, you know, everybody knows about the great Welcome to the Yorkshire campaigns and other, you know, future campaigns around Escape the Everyday and so on that will, you know, you will be able to level up your, you know, inclusion in those campaigns by virtue of being bookable on the Welcome to Yorkshire website. Just going to quickly show an example of that. If I can just drop off here. So it's really quite straightforward. Here's an example of a hotel listed on on Yorkshire.com, the Burgoyne Hotel, lovely hotel in North Yorkshire, and you'll see here there's a check availability and book option, and further down you'll see an availability calendar that has the live availability of the rooms for this particular property. And I can just click on one of the rooms, select my my night stay and the number of guests, and click book now, and that will take me through to a payment page to complete the transaction. So actually going from not being bookable to this point is very easy process. You just sign up to Txtb, opt into the Welcome to Yorkshire channel, and then the team at Welcome to Yorkshire will enable this functionality on your listing. So okay, so just to give a bit more detail around how that actually works in terms of those bookings, we operate a direct payment booking process. So to work with any of our direct distributors, and all of our destination partners are using that service, and that's because the actual arrangement of the booking is maintained between the consumer and yourself as a tourism business. So there are no third parties involved in these bookings. These are not affiliate links to online travel agents. This is a direct booking between the consumer and you as a tourism business, managing data of a booking from the booking pages directly into your booking system. This means that you are in control of the booking terms and conditions. So any cancellation policies, conditions of use, booking terms are for you to define. We use Stripe as our payment processor, so that's the partner that that's how we manage kind of secure payment on our that transaction directly into your bank account. So Stripe is one of the leaders in the kind of merchant gateway space, and like with any of these payment gateways, there is a transaction fee for handling that transaction. Stripe's is 1.4% plus 20p. That's fairly consistent with any of the others in the market, but it's worth knowing that exists here. So, you know, if you're thinking about total cost for a transaction, it's the 2.5% to Txgb, 1.4% for Stripe, and then a 2.5 or 7.5% fee to Welcome to Yorkshire, based on your membership model. Now, as anybody that is working in the distribution network landscape will know, that is a significantly reduced kind of commission rate relative to other kind of booking platforms, global booking platforms that are in the market. So payments are made up front using your own booking terms, and then we operate on a direct debit monthly invoicing cycle to collect commissions from you. So every month we will invoice. So when you sign up to Txgb as a business, you will complete a direct debit mandate. We will invoice you as a business on a monthly basis to let you know all of the bookings that you've had in an itemised way through Txgb in that period, in the previous period, and we will then, and it will detail the commissions owed to Txgb and the commissions owed to each of our distribution partners. We'll then collect that from you on 7 days later via direct debit, and then we will pay that forward to each of the destination partners and other distributors that we work with. So actually, from your perspective, there's no effort here involved in paying commissions on to those various distributors, and we hope that in time you'll be able to use Txgb to access many distribution channels, but not actually have to worry about any overhead in managing those the administration of those through that quite clean booking and payment flow. Just at the bottom there, I've just talked to a number of other booking distribution partners that are using our direct payment model. So coolplaces.co.uk is a good example of that. Some are discovering unfun projects, and the Rugby League World Cup, which is really worth sharing the opportunity, especially now we've got some good level of confidence that the game, the Rugby World Cup, will go ahead in October and November of this year. Because Txgb offers that open marketplace model, we were able to partner with the Rugby League World Cup team to offer that kind of open access to accommodation and activities, and they were really keen to share or enable kind of bookable bundles, where it's basically, consumers can buy tickets plus a night stay or a thing to do in an area. And so we've got quite a large allocation of tickets per game, where those tickets can only be bought alongside your accommodation product or a thing to do, or an active experience, and that's brilliant from our perspective, because it means that they've created an open way of offering these packages, rather than maybe partnering with a hotel brand or otherwise. So this option's available to you. There's a host city page for each of the hosts that have games. So obviously a number across Yorkshire, and if you pop to the squad trips page on the Rugby League World Cup website, then you'll see those and the sorts of products that are already accessing that opportunity. So it's just another example of an initiative that Txgb will offer, and very easy for you to take part. Once you're actually connected with your booking platform, toggling through Welcome to Yorkshire, Rugby League World Cup, other destinations, Cycle England, and so on, is a very kind of easy thing to do. So just to say also that we offer access to what we refer to as on-account distributors as well, which are those large global online booking platforms, so Booking.com, Expedia, TripAdvisor, Agoda, and so on. Some more locally relevant, like Away with the Kids, and from the experiences side, partners like the Visit Britain shop and TripAdvisor Experiences Viator. And what we mean by on account is just that you have a separate account with that particular partner, and then Txgb is used to manage your availability and pricing from in one place. But I'm sure that makes sense. So how do you connect Txgb? Which booking platforms are we working with? We are, from the accommodation side, we are connected to a number of different booking platforms. SiteMinder, of course, is a big global channel manager, so we know a lot of accommodation providers use SiteMinder, and there, there are a number of others on there. Anytime Booking, which is great, self-catering product, and Caterbook have just recently been launched, and we're quite excited about. And this is the first time we've talked about our pending partnership with Free2Book. I know that a lot of people on the call will be interested in that connection. Had some really positive conversations with the team at Free2Book, and we have, all being well, we plan to start a connection with the Free2Book team around the end of March, early April, which means we'll be able to deliver a direct connection to your Free2Book system shortly after. So we know, just based on the pre-submitted questions on the call, we know that that is that is a really sought after connection. So we're delighted to be able to announce that today. From the things to do side, there's here is a list again of all the things to do, kind of activity experience providers, booking systems that we're working with. So there are a number there and a few that are in build. If you don't see your booking system on these pages, we hope that we'll be connecting to all of the partners in the market eventually. That's our goal, is to that's our kind of constant goal, and mission is to continue to build our connectivity out. In some cases, in most cases, we're talking to the booking system providers, and for them, of course, it comes down to priority. So if you're particularly interested in getting access to these opportunities, but you don't see your system on these pages, I'd encourage you to reach out to those partners, booking system partners, and ask when or if they plan to connect with Txgb, and we'd be delighted to have a conversation with them and see if we can move those forward. In lieu of any connection to a system, or maybe you don't have a system and are looking to get started, and we'd always recommend our booking system partners in the first instance. But if you wanted to just get started quickly, or maybe in the absence of your system being connected, you'd be happy to load maybe an allocation or product otherwise on into a separate system, recognizing that's not the utopian view, because some of the value of this is, of course, centralizing your diary system. TXLoad is a tool that's built into Txgb. There are no extra costs to use TXLoad. It's a free service. It's a basic tool, but it will offer you what you need to be featured in campaigns and so on. And you could use that tool to be bookable on Yorkshire.com or on your own website and so on. So that's an example of, I know some questions that pre-submitted were, what do we do in the absence of our systems being connected, and TXO would be the answer to that. So how do you sign up? Txgb.co.uk is where you can access our online registration wizard. The registration process is such that we just ask for your contact details, of course, ask you to agree to our terms, direct debit instruction, as I mentioned before, and of course, because we need to be able to handle that secure payment of money from a consumer to your account, we do need you to have an account with Stripe and be able to link that to your Txgb account. So we'd encourage you to have a look at Stripe as well and get signed up. It's very easy to sign up to Stripe. And so just finally, I've got a quote there from one of our independent hotel partners that has just recently joined, just about the kind of general process of signing up and how simple that's been for them. I'll share these slides after the session, and I think at that point it's probably a good time to go into Q&A. Chris, if we've got any questions that we want to ask, and maybe want to go through any pre-submitted questions that haven't been answered already. Perfect,
thanks Dan. Hopefully everyone tuned in found that informative. What we do is we record these sessions, so if anyone wants to look back at any of the slides that Dan's gone through today, then what we'll do is we'll get the recording up on our YouTube channel, later today or first thing tomorrow, and then you can revisit and hear all that again. Let's kick off then with the first question. I think you've touched on these around the booking systems and the connections as well, but based on the conversation we had off air before we started, the first question is, how long will it be before you connect with Free to Book?
Yeah, so just I think we just covered that we've we are hoping that, all being well, the connection with Free to Book will start at the end of March, early April, and then we'll be live a few weeks after that, all being well, which is fantastic.
That's really good news, and there's a lot of members that we talk to in business we talk to who are with Free to Book, so it's great to hear that you can connect with those guys soon. I suppose then the next question is, how easy is it to integrate with Super Control?
Yeah, so we don't have a timeline with Super Control currently. We've heard recently that they've got other priorities right now. So we're of course speaking to the team at Super Control. It would be great to work with them, and hopefully we will soon. But I think certainly the booking system partners recognise the value of a connection with Txgb in terms of the support, the benefit offers to their members. So it never hurts to mention that as a business. So yeah.
Well, thanks, Dan. I've got a question about how do we link our accommodation bookings to your site? So that would be through the sign up process. So I don't, if you just want to just clarify and just clear that process up is super easy and super simple to do.
Yeah, so this is all just about connecting your diary system. So I think whether you're accommodation or any other type of product, if you're using one of the systems that are connected to our platform, we will you will just connect them through the registration wizard, and then that will connect directly to your accommodation diary system. And then, of course, the other option is to use TXload in the short term whilst we're working on other connections.
Perfect. As we always have with these, we have a question on commission rates, but I suppose I can probably take the commission rates one actually to give you time to have that water. So the commission rates and the total cost to the user. So with the new membership program, if you are in that member category, which is the new first point into Welcome to Yorkshire membership, the commission charged by us as the distributor is 7.5%, and then with the 2.5% Txtb commission, so it's a 10% total commission, then plus the Stripe fees. Dan, hopefully I'm saying all the right things here, so do correct me if I'm wrong on the technical side. And then on the Member Plus membership level, it's a 2.5% distributor or Welcome to Yorkshire commission plus the 2.5% for Txtb, so it's a 5% commission total, plus then again the Stripe fees come into play for that as well. So hopefully that's cleared that up. If anyone has any questions around commission fees, they can email membership@yorkshire.com, and one of the team will get back to you just to clear any other questions people may have on commission fees. We've got a question here, Dan, about a system called Bionk, which could be an interesting one that I've only recently heard of. So the question is, we're part of another tourism board, different region to Yorkshire, and that has been integrating Bionk into their platform so that activities are bookable. It's advertised as free to use, commission only. However, with fees / commission, it amounts to 10%, which is more than we'd like to pay. So it'd be good to see more details about this. Any statistics regarding improved bookings for those that are using our platform versus other ways? So have you got any statistics around people that are using Txgb for booking?
I think it's a really hard time to be able to give some realistic stats on value of booking platforms over the last 6 months period. We've clearly seen a huge spike in increase of being bookable online via Txgb over the last 6 months. That's why we're at 50. We have now over 50 destination partners that are looking to put Txgb on their websites. And so difficult to give stats. Hopefully we can do that later in the year when we get through the summer. In terms of the question around Bionk, Bionk is a booking system provider, and clearly other websites, there are other ways of getting bookable content on websites, and Bionk is offering a service that end. We were in conversation with Bionk about whether there's an opportunity to connect them as a booking system to our platform. But I think the question is, are there other options out there? Well, hopefully this presentation has covered that detail.
Fantastic, thanks, Dan. The next question is around: is it a two full way process? So a change is made to rates and content immediately, or does one side have to pull or push any data?
Yeah, it's all real-time data sharing. So this wouldn't work if you had to, there were time delays between bookings being received back into your central reservation system. So yes, real-time two-way data sharing.
Perfect, thank you. Let me just look at some of these questions, pre-submitted ones. But I'm drawn to the live event question box, which is around what is Member Plus. So with our new membership program, there are three levels of membership. There's member, member plus, and partner member. The details were shared in Welcome to Yorkshire industry newsletter a few weeks ago, and the opportunities to look at the new membership program are available online. When you come up for your renewal, members will be a member's account manager will be in touch to talk about the new levels and how they work, and then the new benefits associated with them. So just looking at the question there from Anne from Riverhouse B&B. So the commission rates for Welcome to Yorkshire and Txtb, as we outlined a little bit earlier, are 7.5% and 2.5%, depending on whether you're a member or member plus. So I'm not sure where you've seen the 7%. It could be that that's from a different distributor, another Yorkshire-based distributor. But we're happy if you want to. We can drop you a line and give you a call just to run through those that with you, so you know exactly what the information is, where the memberships are, and what the new membership will look like when you come around for renewal. A question there, Dan, for super control users, is it a manual process to update the calendars, or is there a basic iCal type calendar update link?
Yeah, so we have an export iCal link, but not a two-way iCal, so that you wouldn't be able to operate in that way with an iCal connection here. But so it would be if you were to use super control in the short term until there's a connection between our systems, yeah, that would be a manual update of calendars. Recognise that's not preferable, but might still be an option in the short term to get access to campaigns on the Yorkshire.com platform. And in terms of the next question around Stripe's PCI compliance, yes, the payment pages are fully PCI compliant. I mean, this platform is governed by British Tourism Authority as well, so we are all the elements of it are fully compliant. And yeah, in particular, we have an annual compliance governance process with our Stripe integration and white label payment pages, so that's all fine.
Perfect. We've got can rates be amended on Txtb by accommodation providers, e.g. a higher rate on Txtb than free to book? So I assume that the answer to that is yes, that businesses can set the rates that they want to, depending on the platform. But if I'm wrong, do tell me.
This all depends on the system that's connected. So we can obviously send any whatever rates we receive from so when we work with free to book to build a connection, there'll be a process that means we receive certain rates from their system, and then those are the rates that will be bookable on Txtb platform.
Perfect. And we've got a question here which we've kind of discussed with around TX load, but I think it's an important one to bring up and just to reiterate about. What if my booking system isn't connected to Txtb and I want to manage them separately anyway? So that is there where, for my knowledge, that's where TX load can come into play. Yeah,
that TX load is here as an option in the absence of having another connected system. Clearly the best scenario is that we want you to be able to connect things directly from your system. In the absence of a connection in the short term, then TX load offers you an opportunity to get access to campaigns. So yeah, that's it.
Fantastic.
The only other thing I'll say as well with that, Chris, is that we've got we have a customer success team that are happy to take any of these questions. If you've got a very specific kind of concern or question around your own model, the current systems you use and so on, then please either get in touch via Abby and the team with us, or we'll just reach out to our team, and we'll share contact details for that, and happy to help as much as you need.
Fantastic, thanks Dan. We've gone through all the pre-submitted questions, and I think we've covered those then, all that have come through in the chat box section of this. So unless anyone can type extremely quickly to get any final questions in, we'll call it and we'll draw the session to a close. A big thank you to everyone who has tuned in, as well as a big thanks to Dan for spending this time with us to run through all things Txtb and how we can make product bookable across Yorkshire.com and through Cycle England. If anyone has any questions, you can email membership@Yorkshire.com, and Abby, myself or Natalie will get back to you as soon as we can. And then, as I said, we'll get this session up online so you can check back through anything that Dan or I have said, as well as look through those slides. And hopefully we'll see you bookable on Yorkshire.com very soon. Thanks very much, everyone.